Hi everyone, I'm going to do a core workout for you, 10 to 15 minutes. All you need is a mat, or you can lay down on your carpet, either way. So we'll go ahead and get right to it. Lay down on your back, your legs are bent. I am recovering from ACL surgery, so my right leg doesn't have the range of motion. So it'll be looking a little different, but I'll let you know what to do. Hands behind your head. You're going to tuck that rib cage in just a little bit, push that tailbone in, belly button in. You might have a little space under your low back. Exhale, lift those shoulder blades up, rib cage to hip bone, and come back. You want to utilize your breathing here. Exhale as you lift up, inhale as you come back. You also want to check in with your elbows. Make sure they stay back behind your ears. You're holding the weight of your head. Chin slightly tucked in, nice neutral position with that neck. So we're just warming up our rectus abdominis right now. Try to do 2-3 more. Okay, next up we're going to warm up the obliques. You're going to bring your shoulder towards your knee, crisscross. Bring it back down and over to the other side. And keep alternating right and left. When you're doing this, try bringing your shoulder out toward your knee versus your elbow. So get a good lift and twist. So this is warming up the obliques, external, internal obliques. Those are the ab muscles around your waist. Try to do 4 more. Do right, left, right, left. Let's relax that head down. Bring your hands by your side with your palms down. Just turn your head to the left and right. Just relaxing that neck a little bit. Shoulders draw away from your ears. Then bring those legs up one at a time. This is called a tabletop position, so that your lower legs are parallel with the ground. And your knees are right above those hips. You're going to pull that belly button in nice and tight. Chest is open, and you're just going to tap one foot down and bring it back up. So the other leg stays completely still as you tap down. So this is focused on the lower portion of your abdominals. Keep going like this. This feels pretty easy to you and you want to go up to another level. Instead of bringing that leg down with a bent leg, it's a shorter lever, you're going to bring that leg all the way down straight and back up. And bring the other leg down. This is the injured knee, so it's not going to want to straighten out as much. So just follow that front leg. So this will make it a little more challenging with that longer lever all the way down. Keep the other leg completely still as the one's moving. This is nice too, helps protect that lower back by just bringing one leg down at a time. Try a couple more. We're going to add our arms in with this. So bring those arms up right above those shoulders. This is called dead bug position. And we're going to do opposite arm and leg. So your right arm is going to pull back as the left leg extends. So this gets a little tricky in the brain. So you're going to move your arm and leg away from each other. And then come back. And then switch left arm, right leg. And come back to that dead bug. So the opposite, the other arm and leg stays completely still in that dead bug position while the arm and leg extend away from each other. Okay, keep going. Incorporating your breath, inhale as you extend away from each other, exhale as you pull back into that dead bug. So as you're doing that, pulling that belly button in, shoulder blades are connected, your jaw and your facial muscles are relaxed. Still breathing. Inhale as you extend, exhale as you come back in. Try a couple more sets. Do your right arm, left leg. Left arm, right leg. Now don't worry if you're going the opposite direction with your hands. That happens. Just a little bit of coordination. All right, now after this, we're going to bring our knees in. This will give a nice release for your lower back. Now you're gonna see my front leg bending more than my back leg, and that's because of my ACL surgery. I'm about 6 weeks out, and it's just not able to bend all the way yet. So go ahead and pull both your legs in nice and tight. You can also curl up your shoulders and pull in. It's a nice back release. Okay, bring those legs back to a tabletop. You're going to put the soles of your feet together with your knees open wide. So it's more like a butterfly position with your legs. Hands come back behind your head. You're going to draw your knees to your elbows and your elbows to your knees. So you lift the shoulder blades up. If you can touch them, great. If you don't, that's okay too. And then you're going to pull your head all the way back as the legs drop down. And you're in charge of how far down those legs go. You may go all the way down to your mat and back up, or if you feel any pulling on your back, you can stop a little bit short as you come down. Just go to the point where it feels comfortable for your body. You can also, when you bring those knees in, give those hips just a little bit of a lift, kind of like a reverse crunch as you come up. Let's try about 4 more of these. Pulling that belly button in and going down as far as it feels comfortable. Keeping those elbows back. Shoulder blades lift up as you lift up into it. All right, great job. Bring those knees in. Just a nice release for the lower back. We're going to flip to the other side so that we're on all fours position. Now, as I do this, my right leg's going to take a little while to get into that position. So you're going to place your hands right underneath those shoulders, and the knees go right underneath the hips. So you're in the all fours position. And when you do this, you're going to press into those fingertips and kind of hollow out your chest so that you have a smooth upper back and you're not sagging into the shoulder blades like this. So if you're here, go ahead and press. So if you could pretend like I'm pushing on your upper back, you can push back up into that. Now you're going to pull that belly button in. Your gaze is straight down, so you're looking between those fingertips. Neutral position with your neck, and you're going to curl both of your toes under. And you're going to lift those knees up just a couple inches off your mat. And you're going to do this hovering, crouching plank. Pull that belly button in. Press in with those hands and breathe. 2 breaths. Okay, let's release that. And we're going to go ahead and move to a plank position. Now, in the plank position, since we've already been up on our wrist, which can be an issue for a lot of people, we're going to move down to our forearms, which is a great alternative. So you're going to come down to your forearms. I'm going to give you a couple options. One, a modified plank. If you're still working on your plank strength, you're going to have your knees down. And see how my bottom's kind of sticking up in the air? We want to lower that down. As you do that, your shoulder's going to come right over your elbows. You're going to pull your tailbone, tuck it slightly in, and pull your belly button up. We're just going to hold this plank here. Now if that feels pretty good to you and you want to go to the next level, you're just going to curl those toes under and go to a full plank. Again, keep an eye on that bottom so it's not sticking up. You have it low, belly button in, tailbone tucked. If you want to add, only if you're on your toes, you can rock back and forth. Make it a little bit harder. 8. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Okay, go ahead and pull those knees in. If you want to push back into a child's pose, that's a great option to release the low back. Can't quite bend my right leg, so I'm gonna move it out to the side out of my way. You're gonna lower those hips back towards your heels, so you would have your legs matching each other. Child's pose. Inhale, come back up. I'm gonna go back to that crouching plank. So you're all in your all fours position here. Remember to start with your upper body. You press to those fingertips so it's not all back at your wrist. Hollow out that chest, upper back. Curl those toes under. Lift those knees up just a couple inches. Looking between those fingertips. Breathe. Two more breaths. Okay, come on down. I'm going to roll over onto our side. And on this one, instead of being on your side, on your hip, you're going to roll back so that you're on your glute, one cheek. Make sure you're on that one cheek, not on your hip, and not all the way straight. So you're kind of at a diagonal. This top arm right here is going to come back. That'll give you some stability. This arm right here, you're on your forearm. You're going to try not to sag into that shoulder, so kind of push away. The legs are pretty straight. They have a slight bend. Just going to lift those legs up and down. This will feel a little challenging at first if you've never done it. Try about 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to do that again. We're going to add a split in between. If you want to jump up to that next level, I want you to try using this arm right here. If you want to just keep that arm back there for stability, you can. So it's just an option right here. So those legs are going to go up, up, down, split your legs. Up, down, split. So that bottom leg comes forward, top leg goes back just a little bit. Don't break any records there going super far apart. It's just a small split. 2 more. Last one. All right, great job. All right, other side. So again, take your time to set it up right. You're not on your hip. You're going to roll back on that one cheek. You have your forearm down here, pressing in so you have that shoulder connected. This hand comes back. Slight bend with those knees, but pretty straight legs. Up and down. Okay, adding that arm in if you want to. Comes up here above the head, or you can stick it back there again. Adding that split, here we go. Up, down, split. Just 4 more. 3, 2, last one. All right, great job. All right, come on down and do a nice stretch before we go. Bring those arms above the head, open up the rib cage. Squeeze the muscles into the bones and release. Walk those feet over to your left side. So you just walk the feet over to the left. You're going to now arch, laterally flex the spine. So you're reaching also to the left. Now, as you've done that, if you found that your hip kind of came up or your shoulder came up, settle that back down. So everything's connected. Your bottom's connected, your shoulders are connected. You're just arching over like a crescent moon. Everything's to the left. You're going to pick up your right ankle, cross it over the left. Feel that nice stretch through your obliques Also through your lower back, that's your QL, your quadratus lumborum. It's usually a tight spot for a lot of people. Let's switch to the other side. Walk those feet over to the right side. And you're gonna match. Bending to your right, reaching. Get a nice banana shape, crescent moon shape. Then take your left ankle, cross it over the right. Take a few breaths here. Releasing that ankle, we're gonna roll over onto our abs, just a couple more. This one is for our abs. We're gonna be on our forearms. You're gonna kind of walk those elbows forward, pull yourself up out of your hips, and then you're gonna expand through that chest, look straight ahead along the horizon. And we'll do one more stretch for our hip flexors. It's a real tight spot for a lot of people, especially when we sit a lot. So almost every single person can utilize this. It's very helpful and it'll feel really good. So go ahead and bring those hands right underneath those shoulders and press up. As you do that, you're gonna step one foot forward. As you do that, when you start to lunge forward, you wanna keep this front knee right above the ankle so it's not pushing past. So you might need to move that foot up there a little bit higher. Then you want to focus on that back leg. So you're going to bring that back as far as it feels comfortable. And you're going to draw your hips down toward the mat or to the floor. Now you might feel this is really tight already. You can stay right here. If you feel pretty good right now and you want to bring it to the next level, you can go ahead and come on up. From here, you can bring your arms out like, I call these cactus arms. Your palms facing forward, and you expand through the belly and the hips and the chest. You might feel that a little bit deeper in that hip flexor area. It's that front part of that hip. If you want to lift those arms up and that feels okay, you can do that as well. Okay, bringing those hands back down if you brought them up. We're just going to switch legs. So bring this leg back. This is where I might need to help my leg forward. So you're going to bring the opposite leg forward. Again, you're going to keep that front knee right above the ankle. And this one side's really tight on me, especially with my injured knee. So one hand on each side, and you might find that even reaching down to your mat might be challenging. So if you have some yoga blocks or something to hold yourself up a little bit higher, some books, that might help. Drawing that hip down towards your mat. Remember that back leg's extended back as far as it feels comfortable. Some of us, they're so tight, you might be right here and you might really feel it. So that's okay too. All right, from here, if you want to bring it up, palms forward, cactus arms, or option to reach all the way up if that feels okay for your shoulders. Your hips are straight forward like headlights, both in the same direction, expanding through your hips, belly, and chest. Keep bringing those hands down. And go ahead and have a seat. All right, that concludes our core workout with the stretch at the end. Thanks for doing this with me.